In this video, we'll discuss few examples of how to differentiate when you have composite functions. All right, let's start. See, first example, suppose say you have the question as y is equal to cos of e to the power of x. Just two functions are there. All right, see here what we can do. Now, let me show you how do we do it in a problem. Okay, because last video, what we did was f of x, g of x, h of x, composite functions, right? So generally, whenever you have problems like these, we take let u is equal to cos of some function. Okay, so cos of v, where v is nothing but e to the power of x. Okay, this is what we have. Now, basically, what we have y is equal to cos v, correct? Now, in such cases, dy by dx when you take it this way, the y dash, first what do? We differentiate the value of u, correct? That means you do du divided by dx. But there is an issue. Issue in the sense you have to do a little more. U is a function of v, correct? So what do? Du by dx into dv by dx. Into dv by dx. This is what we do. So dy by dx, that's nothing but y dash is equal to du by dx. Now what do we have? Cos. Cos derivative is what? Minus sine, isn't it? So we get minus sine v, because cos v will give me minus sine v into dv by dx. What is derivative of e power x? E power x itself. But you can't stop here because we have a v. Yeah. What we need is in terms of x, correct? So substitute. What is v? V is nothing but e power x. Just substitute that, that's all. Alright, so the final answer is going to become y dash is equal to minus e power x into sine of e power x. This is going to give us the final answer. Very, very easy. Clear? So this is the answer for the first one. Very simple. We'll do one more example. One more example. See, in the second example, we'll take three functions rather than taking two. All right, let's say we have y is equal to sine of cos of root of x. We can start by taking the innermost function. All right. When you take the innermost function, see v is equal to, or u, v, w. If you want three of them, you can take it however. All right. So first we'll take the innermost. Let's call that as w. W is equal to root of x. Okay. Then v is equal to cos root x, which is nothing but cos of w, because w is root x, no? Next, u is equal to sine of v, because v is nothing but cos root x. So we can write it this way. So sine v, u is equal to sine v is equal to cos w, and w is equal to root x. So we have three functions now, right? So y dash will be, first we look into the outermost part. That is, first what do? We do du by dx into, but u is a function of what? U is a function of v. So into dv by dx. But v is a function of w, isn't it? So into dw divided by dx. So we take three functions, differentiate three functions individually. All right. So what do we have here? Y dash is equal to What is the derivative of sine? Cos. So we get cos v into, now v is nothing but this. If you differentiate, minus sine w. Correct? Last one, w you have to differentiate because dw by dx. What is derivative of root x? 1 by 2 root x. So 1 by 2 root of x. Isn't it? Apply v, apply w, the functions v and w. So you will get the final answer as y dash minus, keep the minus sign outside. The first function will be cos of v, which is nothing but cos root x, isn't it? Into sine root x into 1 by 2 root x. 1 by 2 root x. So this is going to give us the final answer. Go step by step. Now in the beginning, it is going to be a little tricky because you don't know, okay, is this my first function? Is this my second function? What is what? Go ahead slowly. Take the first function, write down the innermost function. You start naming the innermost function, but you start differentiating from the outermost function. All right. Now, as you go on into, solving more and more and more problems, you need not have to name it as U, V, W, whatever, whatever. You can just start differentiating as it is. Start from the outermost, outer, then inner, then inner, then inner, and then inner. So you keep on moving. Understood? Now, this is the beginning part. So it's better if you write in terms of U, V, W, so that once you grasp the idea of how to do this chain rule, then it's going to be an easy one. Clear? Now, in the next video, we'll solve few problems based on this chain rule, then all the addition, subtraction, whatever you have learned. Right? So, in the next video, we'll look into few problems.